Boom! Here we are, baby.
I hope that works.
One, three old friends. We're doing it.
Wow, that was succinct. That was succinct.
Yeah, it's either that
Luke,
or it's like
Luke, we're gonna work on that.
yeah. Or it's like we're either like all a half a second delayed just because of it's online.
Well, for those of you who have the listening pleasure of doing the podcast instead of the actual part, we do a fun little thing on our YouTube where we pull up our notebooks, which have our notes on them, and then pull them away for no particular reason at all, except that we have a theory. If all three of us do it at the same exact time, it's going to be a good episode.
And
Luke messed it up.
Drama.
So let's see.
This is going to be a great episode.
We're 50-50. It's going to be a good one.
And implying that this... you know what? We have done test episodes, so we're fine. We're fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, how are you guys' days?
Good. Listen, it's been a good week. It's been like it's good. Nothing exciting's happening though. For the viewers, I've got a torn right labrum in my shoulder, which has really hindered my one love of school and the boys here in football in Wyoming every Monday afternoon because I can't throw the ball currently. So I was allowed to test my arm this last week. So I threw a handful of times. But was still pretty sore, still pretty tender, so I didn't really try it. But been going to physical therapy, getting my butt whooped. I do not do any core stuff ever. So and pretty much all of my shoulder rehab also involves my core. So it's quite the challenge for me. But outside of that, nothing crazy. Getting ready to go to Ecuador here in a week. It's gonna be kind of insane. But it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Kind of excited. But yeah.
Cool. If the test episodes ever get released, you get to hear about the wonderful canoe ride Mike is going to take into the middle of the forest of Ecuador.
When I get back, the stories I will tell about a canoe ride up the I don't think it's the Amazon River, but I'm going to call it the Amazon River. That's gonna be something else. But yeah, for the viewers at home, I'm going on a mission trip with some students from the ministry here at UW that I work for. So that's what I'm doing.
Nice. Pat, how's your day? How's your week?
Yeah, it's been a normal week. I've been applying around, doing my normal thing, but the past 2 days here, it's been 70 degrees, and all the trees think that it's springtime. So my allergies have been off the chart.
Yeah.
Like, very much off the chart. And I sneezed for about 30 minutes straight yesterday, and I woke up today and I couldn't roll over in bed.
Mm-hmm.
Everything hurts. I can't move my head from side to side. For reference, I'm only 24 years old. I should not be having these problems, Everything hurts. Literally from like the top of my butt cheeks to the bottom of my neck is just on fire constantly. It's so uncomfortable.
That must make eating hoagies on the porch pretty hard.
I'm telling you, I can't even enjoy my favorite activity because it's decided to become freezing again.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not necessarily my week has been overly exciting, but my physical state has gone rapidly downhill in a matter of a few hours. That's
Uh-huh.
the only exciting thing I have to report, really.
Yeah, we're all Asian.
Yeah, we're all aging.
Yes, I didn't say Asian. I realized that as soon as I said that out loud. We're all Asian. It sounded like we're all Asians, but like, no,
I heard it too.
No.
Yeah, only one of us.
Yeah.
Perfect segue. Luke, you're Asian, and you had a week.
Yeah, I'm Asian. I had a week. Yeah. My week was pretty good. I finally scheduled one of my not college, but law school visits this week.
Ooh, do tell which one.
The Temple, because it's easy and it's like right there. So I'm gonna visit there, see how I like it.
There.
Where I don't know. I'm terrible with directions because I'm Asian, not because I'm terrible with directions. Let's see here. What else have I been doing with my life?
Oh yeah, this is good content. Right
Yeah, it's just me delaying. No, that's basically been the big thing. My knee's been hurting. Yeah, my knees have been hurting. Like Pat's back. Besides that,
no.
yeah, no, I think we're just all getting old. It's like,
Yeah,
Must
guys,
be.
we are in our mid-20s, and we all have injuries that we have, like we're 60-year-old men. You know.
yeah.
Listen, mine will hopefully be gone in a few days. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. You know what's
That's
really weird?
I mean, listen.
Oh, okay. So what's really weird? My forearm's been killing me like all day today. I like don't know why. Like I literally did back yesterday. Like I only worked out my back, but like today, like right here it hurts well, you know what, right? So I'm like, am I just getting old? Am I just getting old, or am I just like, terrible at working out? Do I not follow JPG coaching?
Why did you give me your problems? Why do I have all of your back pain?
I don't know.
How did you do that?
I don't know. Maybe
Take
it's
it back.
like
I don't want it.
Maybe it's like the transitive property where I hang out with Devin, and then my pain transfers to Devin, and because like he's your twin, it then transfers over to you. Devin's one of our friends who looks like Pat, apparently, according to one of our vice principals back in high school. But yeah, I don't know.
I don't need to get into that too much. He'll be on the show eventually.
Yeah. We'll talk about his balding problems.
You, the people, will see that we look nothing alike.
You guys really don't
at all.
Except for
we don't
like
sound alike either.
Yeah.
For those of you who aren't going to be watching us, for those of you who are commuters and just want to listen to 20-something-year-olds for some odd reason,
we're just talking.
Thing, Pat, you're you guys both have that thick Italian accent, you know.
Oh yeah,
yeah, definitely, definitely.
You know, I'm not even going to attempt to do something like that because it may be misconstrued as wildly insensitive. So, anyway, I know that our main topic was going to be us complaining about our mid-20s and how none of it makes sense and how nobody really tells you what exactly is going on. You know, you get done college and they're just kind of like, okay, bye.
Yeah.
It's weird. I think that's a good starting point. Mike, maybe you want to, lead off as somebody who actually successfully landed a job out of college.
Yeah, well, here's the thing. My job still revolves around a university and a college, and so most times people just assume that I'm just like a sixth year, like I've just been in college for 6 years and I'm like really slow or something. And so like in some communities, I'm not even still considered an adult, you know. I still talk in semesters. I still talk in like, oh yeah, spring break's next week. You know, what are you doing, dude? You know, that's like still how I talk.
So I'm not really enjoying your victory lap.
Yeah, I enjoyed it so much. I said, let me do a second victory lap. Just to make sure I really understand Algebra 2, because I don't know if I've gotten it yet. No, here's the crazy thing. This is a complete side tangent. But so yes, I work for a ministry, and so my job is mainly meeting students, hanging out with students. And so I was in the dining hall in a couple months ago with a student, and he was a freshman, and so they're 18, and I'm 24, and so it was funny because I was talking to him, and he was from Laramie, where the University of Wyoming is, where I went to school, where I am now. And we were talking about like Josh Allen, because obviously he's a big famous, Buffalo Bills quarterback, famous guy that went here. And that was my freshman and sophomore year of college. Josh Allen was here at UW, and the kid was telling me, because he was from Laramie. He's like, yeah. He's like, I remember storming the field when I was 12 years old, and going when Josh Allen was here, and I'll kid you not, I like just paused for a minute. I was like, wait, I also stormed the field, but I was like 19. I was like, holy smokes, am I freaking old? This kid was 12. We were on the same field, but he was 12 years old and I was 19. I was like, wow. I was like my moment of crisis of like, the hell am I doing? Like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But yeah, so my mid-20s, my job is not not like it's helping me out and making this transition to adulthood.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm still talking to like a couple of my buddies who are still at Lehigh. I went to Lehigh. And it's just like insane to think about how they're like, oh, we're still in college, and like, oh, what year are you? You're a junior. I'm like, you were a freshman when I was a senior, and now you're a junior. And it's like that mindset, right? Where you feel like college stays the same, but like it doesn't at all. It's just sort of new people cycle in every couple of years, and like some of those like shared experiences that you may have, like, oh, they were freshmen, you were a senior. It's just like it could be like wildly different, you know, that like whole it's just like that whole aspect of growing up where every time, at least for me, because I go back once in a while, every time I go back to college to visit, it's like you see less and less of the people you know because they just graduate, right? And it's just that weird thing of just like growing up and being like, man, things don't change. Oh no, sorry, things change every year. And like college and like high school is like that too. I don't know, did you guys visit Morristown back when like you were still relevant, like basically that first year out? When they
I have not. I have not been back since the day we crossed over the 15. No, actually, that's not true. Wait, we used to go to all those basketball games.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
But we had a friend who was on the team.
No,
Yes.
that's just fun.
No, what? We knew somebody. We could just like show up and be like, the alma mater, and sit there and watch kids who were like probably only a year or two younger than us play basketball and act like we were old and knew stuff. We knew somebody.
Well,
Disclaimer.
Did we?
Well, I also remember that I think it was the first October going out to college. Me and Devin, who we mentioned earlier, were back the same weekend in I think the band was playing somewhere and Devin was going. And we ran into the band teacher and he just like shook Devin's hand and was like, "Oh, Devin, how are you? It was good to see you." And then he shook my hand and he was like, "Really? You don't even remember my name?"
Yeah.
And that was the moment I was like, I'm never going to any school-related thing ever again.
Yeah. To be fair,
then apparently we went to basketball games, so I'm just a dirty liar.
No, we did actually go to basketball games. We had a friend that was playing, and so we went and watched him. But I think the basketball games were the only thing that I've ever gone back for. But I honestly haven't been back there in a very long time.
Yeah.
So
the only reason why I go back to like this is like literally like once a year, like once or twice a year, it's because my siblings are still in are like in the high school orchestra. So it's like, oh, I gotta go visit and support them. And then you just see the orchestra teachers who's still there, which is insane because that band director, he retired like 1 or 2 years ago.
Really?
Last May.
Yeah, like he retired. Yeah.
Ran into a guy that was also in the band recently, and Ian Thomas. You guys know Ian Thomas, and he shout out, huh? Yeah. And he he's a real estate agent now, which is crazy. But he was telling me, he's like, "Yeah, I retired," and I said, "Wow, what a time to be alive, huh?"
Yeah.
End of an era.
Yeah. Now it's another guy who's from some prestigious music school, I forget. But man, yeah, it's just that thing where it's like you still have that mentality of like college, high school, that general era, but then things just change. Things change so much.
Well, yeah, you just like start, like everything just seems like it like speeds up. Like honestly, it's like, oh my gosh, it's like March of this year already. You have 2022, and I was like, everything, you just get older, and like things are just like, holy smokes, like I'm not a kid anymore. Yeah. I gotta go like do these. I gotta go like do like taxes. You know what I mean? I gotta start investing. I guess I gotta get some stock.
Yeah,
which we don't have to talk about. But I have another episode. I've had some success in there. We'll share it in another episode. Not to toot my own horn, but
are you just gonna be like one of those crypto bros who just talks about like except for stocks?
Do crypto. I don't do crypto. I'm not in it. I'm not in Dogecoin. I'm not into the Bitcoin. Sacagawea coin, the whole thing. I'm not into that stuff.
Yeah. When we record that episode, I want us to look back to this first episode and see if you actually started, if you made the switch into crypto. But we'll see.
We'll know. He'll tell us if he does. They always do.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you also something else that they don't tell you when you get older. Balding. Okay. I mean, look at this right now. I mean, this is. I am coming down to the wire here, guys. At 26, and I am going to be no hair on the head. I'm going to be fresh out.
Well, you're lucky because you're what, 6'3"?
6'2".
6'2". Nobody's going to be looking at the top of your head.
Well, what if they're 7 foot? What if they're in the NBA?
Well, then they have better things to do than look at the top of your head.
Yep.
I guess you're right.
Yep.
I guess you're right.
Yep. I mean, how about you, Pat? You're like balding a little bit, right?
Yeah. So right in the temple area, my first line of defense is starting to retreat a little bit, and I really don't know what's causing it because I thought genetics were on my side, but apparently, luckily, the haircut I have complements it pretty well. But it's just my way of hiding the fact that, yeah, it's gonna be a rough decline when I reach my 30s.
Yeah. you know what? For me,
think about this, guys. Think about this. We're getting close. We're getting close to 30.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we're about Pat, you're gonna be halfway this year. You're gonna be 25.
Oh, believe me, my girlfriend is older than I am by like a year and a half almost, and I have been teasing her that she is a quarter of a century all year. And now it's coming up on me, and I can dish it out, but I can't take it.
Yeah.
I crumble every time I hear that. I'm like, oh my God, please never repeat that back to me.
Yeah. Me and Mike got a couple more, got like a year left, right? Yeah.
We're youth.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Man, if only I had some older guys that I could relate to.
Nah, Pat, you're that Steve Buscemi meme, where it's like him with the skateboard being like, how you doing, my fellow millennials? That's you in this podcast right now.
That's me?
Yeah.
Because Luke and I are technically Gen Z.
Yeah.
And you are millennial. You're the youngest millennial, and we're the oldest Gen Zers. True fact.
Really?
1997.
Well, that just makes me feel even less connected to you guys.
Yeah.
So what's our friendship coming to here? Am I like a father figure to you guys? Is that what it is? Because if no, you need to tell me now so I can rethink my life.
Yes, you are our father.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's very different than father figure.
So to be fair, I think we relate more to millennials than to Gen Zers nowadays. Not to sound like the boomer, but
okay, so my redeeming quality is that I'm relatable.
I disrespect authority. That is a trait of Gen Z.
I love authority. More authority. Right? Power to them. We love authority. I have no idea.
Definitely.
What any of that means.
Yeah, but generations aside, it's just we're growing up.
Because when you're out of college, like with college, you everybody enters in the same stage, right? Like I don't want to offend any of our non-traditional college students out there. Okay, shout out our non-traditional college student listeners. But typically, most people enter at 18, right? And so you're all in the same boat. You're leaving your parents' house typically for the first time. You're young. You don't know anybody, or maybe 4 or 5 people. You don't know a lot of people, and so everybody's like, "Oh, I need to make friends." So everybody's like willing to make friends. You meet people. You build friend groups. You build community. And then like post-college, like everybody kind of leaves college kind of in different states because some people don't make it all 4 years. Like my freshman roommate dropped out after first year of college, and now he's like an EMT in LA. But and some people graduate at the same time, but some people stay for master's degree or go to law school. Shout out Luke, some people like me stay and hang out, but like, and people have different degrees, so you're going into different fields, and you're moving to different cities, but you're not like, you just don't have that same like, oh, I'm going to a job where there's 60-year-old men working with me, or women too, like it's just like there's older people, there's, it's never, not everybody's in the same stage. You know what I mean? Some people have wives or husbands, and some people have kids, and some people, have 2 dogs. Shout out Pat, and so it's just like, it's just kind of tricky, because you're like, it's hard. It's like, it's harder to make community. It's harder to make friends. Afterwards, like I know that's what I've been wrestling with here in Laramie, because like a lot of my friends left.
I think I can take the reins on this one. I very, very willingly moved to the middle of nowhere where I know nobody except one person. And let me tell you, it has been a struggle trying to find a relevant job to my degree. They all want experience. None of them are willing to train you. It's just kind of defeating after a little bit, You try to look for different things. And also, because I have the responsibility of taking care of 2 dogs now, I have to be here more often, because obviously when you're raising puppies, you can't just leave them alone. They're not going to turn out okay.
So all over the carpet.
Yeah, well, this guy right here trained it out of them while he was busy looking for a job. And well, yeah, honestly, it's hard, because like you said, during college, you have all these people just forced together, and I'm not somebody who will go out of my way to like go and make friends. I have never been like that. How I even met you guys is beyond me. How we became friends and stayed friends, I don't know. I'm good at retaining friends. I'm not good at making friends, is kind of the issue I'm running into here. And without like a steady job where I can meet people my age, I find it very difficult to, be out. And especially with the virus and everything, you can't just like go out and like, meet people doing a lot of different activities, really, So you just kind of stick to who you have at the moment. And it's given me a lot of time to like reflect on the state of my life, how there are parts of my life that I wouldn't trade for anything. I love the freedom of just having my own thing to do. I actually really like the responsibility of, having an apartment, having things to take care of. It's tedious. It's very tedious. Don't get me wrong. I would not recommend it if you don't have a roommate, because it is, Yeah. It's a lot of stuff.
And I mean, that's the point too. Cause like, even you said, you were like, oh, like when I get a job, I'll have people my own age too, but it's like, not always going to be the case. You know what I mean? Like, I have like Bob in accounting, who's like, 65, and he's,
listen, my demographic, the demographic that never like fails to love me, women over the age of 65.
I mean, they
all adore me. That is my market.
Yeah.
If I work with a bunch of 65-year-old plus women, I will be the happiest man ever, because they just like me. I grew up in a family of mostly women. I just know how to relate to older women. If that's weird enough. So, who knows? Maybe down the line of the podcast, we'll have my 65 plus crew coming on, giving us a little insight about their 20s.
Yeah. Your girlfriend's older, right? So, I mean, it just all tracks out.
Ooh, okay. She said she was going to listen to this first episode, Luke, so be careful what you
say. Hey.
No, we already lost the listener. Sorry, Michaela.
Yeah, we're shooting ourselves in the foot.
We apologize.
No, it's just... It's a trend I see, that's all. Like a trend with Devin, but that's a story for another time. But... it's...
You saying I have a thing for older women, Luke?
I don't know what you're talking about.
One of the discussion topics.
Hey, tangents. It's all about tangents, right? And
okay,
yeah.
We're just gonna go off on this tangent a little bit since it's been brought up. No reason. So Luke, what's your thoughts?
No, it's nothing. It's just a little side thing. It's a side joke,
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, what's a social life?
It's all good. I like seeing you sweat.
You like seeing you get the Asian glow, which is what happens when most Asians drink or talk or just get excited.
Or talk.
Now here's the thing, Luke. You're willingly signing up for another what 3-4 years of school, you're signing up for another little chunk here.
Yeah, gotta make money somehow.
That's a brave man.
You know, there's a reason why. There's a reason why poli-sci majors. The stereotype with poli-sci majors is like that's the track. That's like the track route to becoming a Starbucks barista. Nothing wrong with being a Starbucks barista. It's just that you don't being a poli-sci major. You don't expect being a you don't expect your career outcome is to be a Starbucks barista or like any type of job like that, right? You don't expect spending X amount of money to go into that field when you don't need a degree for that, right? So it's just like, for me, law school is A, I want to do that as a way of just making money, and B, it's like I wouldn't mind some more learning, honestly. Like, learning for me is like one of those things that like gets me excited and gets me up and going, which sort of makes sense with my family trend, you know, with like how Pat's older woman trend exists.
No comment.
I don't think he's gonna let you live that down.
Oh no, I'm not.
That's okay.
I'm not. But it's just,
older woman. At least it's a woman.
Hey, my trend is being friend zoned a lot. You know.
This is the family show.
Hey.
This is the family show. This is the family-
All right. I'm sorry. It was too easy. That was low hanging fruit. Back to Luke's schooling.
I know, but my trend is being friend zoned constantly. But where was I with this? Oh, law school. Law school. Hey, family friendly show, Mike. Family friendly show.
Listen, I'm talking about Fort Dix, and I'm talking about when you went to Fort Dix.
Oh, we don't talk about that.
Joking.
We don't.
He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
What are you talking about? No, I didn't hear Fort Dix. I just heard Dix, and I'm like, wait, what's second?
D-I-X. D-I-X. Get your hand under the gutter. D-I-X. Fort Dix. D-I-X.
All right. But yeah, it's just I like learning, and so for me, it's like, even though I'm mindlessly wandering through my mid-20s, I want to go through law school, and then
circle.
Yeah. I want to go through law school, and I want to learn, and then become a lawyer, and then after that, which is probably going to be a topic for another episode, do other things with my life. You know, that's like my foundational point where I like stop mindlessly wandering and be like, all right, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm going to make money for a bit, and then sort of use that as a jumping off point to do other stuff. Like, for example, writing, right? Like, I want to write, I want to become an author at some point, or like, you know, own a food truck or things like that. You know, lots of different things I want to do. I know, it's like,
you could sell books out of your food truck.
I know, it's gonna be fun. I can advertise the food truck and the book on this podcast.
Yeah.
Heyo.
But yeah, it's just
Pat and I get profit from that. You know? That's how
it's called me buying you guys beer at the bar.
I don't want beer. I want money.
I was about to say, I want a shout out on the inside cover of that book.
Then get Venmo, but that's another topic.
The name on the side of the truck.
But yeah, it's just one of those things, you know. We're mindlessly wanted through our 20s, and we're just trying to figure out what we're doing, and that's, for me right now, that's what I feel like what I want to do. So
honestly though, like the mindlessly wandering, like that part of it is the exciting part, right? Because this is the memories we make. Okay, you know, like, sure, we might not have the most exciting lives right now, you know, but this is where the memories are made, you know, and we shouldn't be like afraid of that. We should be excited about that, you know, like, because this is where the cool stories are going to come out of. This is where when I look back, we're gonna be like, man, this is the part, you know. So like, I almost love and hate what you said at the same time, Luke, because you said like, oh, I'm gonna, like, when I get out of this stage, like, it's all gonna be good. And it's like, sure, yeah, like when you're out of law school and you have a steady job and your whole thing, and yeah, that's exciting, and it'll be like a whole new joy. But like, also too, don't just discredit this whole time, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not right now. I'm enjoying the free time I have, which is obviously it's just like a privilege, because some people don't have that privilege to have that free time. So it's just like,
very true.
Being able to relax is nice, and also it's just, you know, it's a good time to reflect on, because like we've been learning from, well, if you follow the traditional route, we've been learning from basically kindergarten to end of college, right? So it's like you don't have enough time devoted except to like learn and like figure out who you are as a human being. So for me, at least, the 20s, not even including the mid-20s, but like the 20s is that, as you said, Mike, it's like that time where you get to make those memories and you get to figure yourself out as a human being for the first time, I think, for most people. So it's exciting. Honestly, it really is exciting.
It's kind of cool that we're, gonna start recording at this point in our lives, so we can look back and just be like, "Wow, that was actually a really cool time." Where you just kind of, just went with the flow and saw what life brought you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we when we had that dumb idea that actually turned out to be a whole lot of fun when we actually did it.
Yeah.
It was actually rewarding doing.
Yeah.
But I think that's what's I like. Like personally, that's why I love what I do, is because like exactly what you said, Luke. It's like a time where we come up with like what we believe and what we do and what we value, and like to be able to like help shape like young students in college. Like I know I didn't have that. I can't speak for you guys, but I didn't know what I was doing or what I was about, and so like being like, hey, like what do you believe? What do you value? What is important to you? Like that's exciting. And like helping people find that, live that out, and it's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, this went in a very emotional direction.
Hey,
we hit hard. We hit hard in the first episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Got me in the feels a little bit.
Yeah.
We didn't even really hit on the what it's like to grow up in Jersey.
Yeah, we'll have a Jersey episode for that at some point. And hey, anything to divert from Pat's trend with older women.
And at some point, we'll have to explain the Fort Dix story so people don't think I was making some sick, dirty
Yeah. We'll do that at some point. Maybe it'll be the
for our viewers that don't know, Fort Dix is in New Jersey. It's a military base in New Jersey. So DIX. Look it up. Okay, get educated. Like Luke said, get educated.
It's in the Winter Soldier, or one of the Captain America Winter Soldier. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they shot in Fort Dix, or like there was a scene set in Fort Dix.
Oh, that's incredible.
Yeah.
So the Hindenburg crash, and they shot Captain America in Jersey. All this in one place.
Well, okay, I don't know if they shot
it. First the Hindenburg, and then they killed Captain America.
I'm not saying that they shot it, but there's a scene where they went to Fort Dix because of a XYZ thing, which I'm not going to spoil, even though it's like nearly a decade-old movie, now that I think about it. But another thing about growing up.
Yeah, we just got done talking about that, okay?
I know. It's just another side tangent thing.
This is the last thing, and then we can move on for the day. But I was looking, and because I don't know, I'm a football buff, so I was looking at old rosters of the Rams today because I just got curious because like holy smokes, so many old stars were anyway.
Yeah.
But there's a guy that retired today. Gosh, and I'm blanking on his name. Doesn't play for the Rams, but anyway, he entered Jack Doyle. He played for Indianapolis Colts, but he just retired and he entered the league in 2013. And they were like, his 9-year illustrious career comes to an end. I was like, 9 years since 2013 feels like it was just yesterday. Like that was like high school, the whole thing, and that was 9 years ago. Like this guy's like old now, older than us.
Yeah. Now
I'm done getting my mind blown.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just now we're in the stage of our lives where all the football players are our age, if you think about it.
Yeah, and they're all making millions of dollars, and the basketball players are like 4 years younger than us. Yeah. So, sit on that for a little bit.
I think that the moment where I realized that I was an underachiever was when I was, what age is the Olympics allowed to let in? Like 16?
Yeah. 15 or 16, yeah. 15 or 16.
I was like sitting there watching TV. I think I was 16, and they said that some girl who was figure skating on the TV was 15. And I was just like, that can't be right. I'm a year older, and I'm sitting here watching this very accomplished person. it's just kind of like, man, why?
Yeah.
It's
We,
mind blowing.
Mm,
some could say we've wasted our youth, but I say not.
no.
I say not.
Hey, don't give me the 30 under 30. Give me like the 70 above 70 or something like that. I don't know.
I'm looking for that's my goal. I'm trying to make the 7 over 70 list. Okay? I'm trying the top 7 70-year-olds in the world. And so I'm
People who haven't peaked yet, they're still going up, even at 70.
Yeah, watch out for their 80s, because their 80s are going to be intense. Okay, so this is the watch list.
Yeah, at the rate we're going, life expectancy's going up. So who knows? Maybe we'll be doing this into our hundreds.
Ayo. 3 future members of the 70 people to watch over 70.
I don't want to see the year 2100. I feel like that's just too weird.
I will be 103.
I know. So it could but theoretically be possible.
Yeah. Oh,
Can't imagine my back is going to feel worse than it does right now at 103, but we'll see.
If this is what's happening with sneezes now, imagine what a sneeze will do to you.
I'm going to sneeze at 103 and my bones are going to break.
But anyway, but that would be crazy because you'd be able to see 3 like centuries.
Yeah.
That's true.
But anyway, besides the point, we should move on. We should get to a segment we're going to do every week. Is a song of the week. What we've been jamming to. We have very different tastes in music, very different styles, and I don't know if these are going to be helpful for you, but it's fun to hear what we're each listening to. And we've been enjoying it. So I can start us. I have been listening to. This guy named Drake White. I saw him once in concert opening for the Zac Brown Band. I'm a country fan, so most of my picks are going to be in that genre. Maybe I'll surprise you, but anyway, he opened for Zac Brown Band, and he has a cover of Whiskey Myers' "Stone" on YouTube, and it is incredible. I love it. So I've been jamming to that this week. So that's me.
Oh. I jammed to literally everything. Let's see here. You know what? I'll shout this song. Love Me Less by Max and Quinn XC Two Eyes. I'm pretty sure actual Quinn fans will like roast me for how I said his name. But it's just like it's that hopeless romantic in me, and like it touches like the right spots for me in that sense. Where it's like upbeat. And it's about like a person who he's dating is just talking about like, oh, would you love me less if you knew like all the stuff I did like before I met you, right? And then it switches, I think, unless I'm mishearing the lyrics, it's like, oh, would you actually love me more because of how much I've changed because I met you, or like, and things like that. So it's just like that hopeless romantic thing part of me that I really like about that song. So yeah, I've just been jamming to that.
I know.
Well, mine for the week is a song called Virginia Wind of the Night by Head in the Heart. I heard it in the car because my mom has been getting into like more alternative rock kind of things. And I heard this song, and normally I'm like, I'm not like thrilled with it, But this one really, it was catchy, I couldn't really tell you exactly what it's about because it's one of those new jams that just, gets stuck in your head and you're still trying to figure out the words.
Mm-hmm.
You like put it on in the car, you put it on in the house. So who knows? Maybe next week I'll know what it's about.
Yeah.
But it's just a nice tune, He sings about what I would assume is his home and how it doesn't quite feel like home anymore.
Okay.
I don't know. It's just, yeah, it's a good song. Recommend it.
Pat, are you a Head in the Heart fan? Do you like their music?
I literally just learned about them like last week.
Little Rivers and Roads.
Oh,
that's one of their, like, famous.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. But I also didn't know they were alternative rock.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was on the alternative rock station, so that's what I'm basing it off of.
Yeah.
Right on. I thought they were more folk, but what do I know?
Probably more than I will. Just kidding. The folk band Head in the Heart.
I can look it up on Spotify what they're labeled under when you guys are wrapping up.
All right.
All right.
Well,
Mhm.
I mean, that kind of just put us on the spot of wrapping it up.
Yeah. What are you guys doing for the rest of the
That'll
week?
be all for our. Okay.
No.
All right. Mark, you go first.
All right. Well, I am going to be. I'll probably be reading, probably writing some more. I don't know. Just relaxing, working out. I'll probably work out after this recording, but it's lots of fun. Just chilling, getting ready for my temple law visit next week, and then and then we'll be recording again next week or sometime at some point one of these days. How about you, Pat?
Nice. I'm gonna take a shower and hopefully fall over into bed. Feel better tomorrow.
Oh, okay.
I have got the answer for you. You guys ready?
Mm-hmm.
Says this is the Spotify like artist page. Says an acclaimed indie folk band whose influences include Americana, country rock, and classic beatless Q pop.
You're doing great.
Yeah, don't worry.
What is that? I don't know.
Beats me.
Oh, that's embarrassing. It's Beatles. It's Beatles. No, wait, Beatless. I'm so confused. Look it up on your own. It's on the Spotify thing.
No. It's much funnier listening to you try to explain it. Get to the end. We're curious, for the viewers at home.
Yeah.
It just says Beatless. I think it's Beatless. It's BEAT. So beat.
Okay.
And then LES less.
Uh-huh.
And then QUE.
Are you trying to pronounce Beatles? Like the Beatles?
No, I don't.
I heard like beadless for a second there, so my mind went to somewhere else.
There's no Q in Beatles.
Yeah, wait.
Anyway, we're gonna move on. What I'm doing. Anyway, I might go to a trivia night tonight.
Oh.
But, I'm headed to the jungle of Ecuador. So I will report back on what that is like.
Yes.
I will be eating jungle rats and won't be able to communicate with these people for a week because they don't speak English and I don't speak Spanish. So I'm really in for it. I'm going to be bathing with. Apparently, there's like piranhas in the water, and there's all kinds of. I'm not looking forward to it, but we'll see. We'll see what happens. So
you need to learn the phrase "I don't eat rat."
Or
before you go,
if I don't eat rat, I don't eat anything. I don't think that's how that works.
Or I don't eat piranha. That's also another one. Yeah. Well, you know what? Fish might be better.
Piranhas have teeth, right?
Yeah. They're the
big teeth.
Yeah.
What are the ones that were at the lake house there that one time, Pat?
Not mackerel, is it?
I said, not a macaroon.
It was like it's like a long skinny fish, right?
Did you say macaroon?
No, mackerels. Mackerel. I'm craving sushi now.
What is it? A pickerel. That's what it is. The pick and roll.
Yeah, pickerel. They have teeth as well, and I hear you got to kill those. But anyway, so that's what I'm up to. So,
all right.
With that, we look forward to seeing you boys next week.
Yeah.
Yeah, look forward to weekly episodes from us. Look forward to tweets, Instagram, follow us, do whatever you do. Fake ad reads, YouTube, check it out. We're gonna have some fun content on there. Mm-hmm. It'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yep.
See you next
Goodbye,
week.
all.
Peace.
Are we doing the paper
thing? Oh shoot, that was my bank account information. We have to cut it. Or blur it or something.
And wrap.